All right.
All right.
Went to the park to get the scoop. Knuckleheads out there, cold shoes and hoops.
What's up? This T-Shirt Kings 247.com. I recently researched all the other internet sites that sell shirts like we do. And by far, we are the cheapest. With us, you order 20 shirts, you get 60% off. You order 50 shirts, you get 65% off. It's hard for me to properly articulate the deal you're getting because it's so damn. T-ShirtKings247.com, 937-603-4494. Whatever you need, we bring it right to your door. Nice. What's up, everybody? Man, welcome to For Shits and Giggle Podcast. I'm Ahava Elian. I got my brother, Remy G. He's actually my cousin, but he's still my brother. Remy G in the building. And I got my brother, T.A. in the building.
Yes, sir.
And, man, it is definitely a lot to talk about. But for everybody that's watching, that you'll be watching here on live or watching later, please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe so you can get notified every time we drop content. So this week we have week 3 of the NFL, which we will be discussing. I think we definitely want to get our picks for this Thursday night game right now because it's 14-14, cuz?
Yeah, 14-14, just winning the halftime. So we have no discrepancies over who picked what and who was going to win the game. And it's tied up, so it can't get no better than that.
Okay. All right. So I do feel like I'm being painted someone that will kind of like finesse in order to win. So,
but you haven't won, so don't put that as a part of it.
No, I haven't. We're still like in the middle of this race, but you know, and I think that it's a little bit of me kind of qualifying my answers. And so I guess this time I want to be more definite about who's going to win the game, just so there's no mistakes. So this game, I'm picking Buffalo tonight. I'm picking Buffalo. Okay.
Bro, who you picking?
Buffalo. I do got A-Chain, though. I do have A-Chain in a couple of my fantasy leagues. I want him to do well, but
are you picking Buffalo to win, or are you just picking Buffalo? We need to be clear.
I'm picking Buffalo to win this Thursday night game tonight.
Okay, so I'm putting that's the Bills, right? That's the correct team, the Bills. So the next time we say it, I say Bills. You say
it's something else. I want to talk to y'all about something else too tonight. So make sure we don't forget.
I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm going with Miami to win the game. Okay. I'm going with Miami to win.
Okay. Very good. I like this.
And I'm gonna stick with Tua. I'm believing that he's gonna have a good game and finish this game out strong. So I'm gonna roll with the Dolphins again. They didn't let me down the last couple of weeks, but I'm gonna roll with them this time.
All right, so there it is. You guys,
I can throw away a couple games. I mean, I'm cruising. I'm sea-walking the wins out here every week.
We only counted 1 week.
My 1 week, I think.
I dominated. I dominated the first week, but then y'all kept trying to say I didn't pick this team.
You switched 4 games.
I haven't tell it. He was undefeated the first week.
Exactly.
Undefeated. I did well. I could have been. I don't know. I won't say I wasn't.
Since we've been tracking your results, you have not fared well. Weren't you 7-9?
No, hold on. Wait a minute. Now I do have a winning record. I'm 9-7.
What was your? Oh, 9-7. My fault.
Yeah, he was 9-7.
You're 11-5. You're 11-5, bro. And then Reem is 7-9.
I want to ask the audience out there that's watching, you know what I'm saying, to comment who some of their picks on these games also. And you know, to add in some comments and thoughts on some of the teams and things like that as far as, you know, why people picking which team to win which game. So I'd like to get the audience involved with us also on that.
Everybody that's
So
watching right now, please like this video, man. Like. That way it can get pumping and pumping and pumping. So please hit the like button for us, you guys. And then you'll see, watch. You'll see like a few more people will come in. It's pretty cool.
so now we got the Thursday night game out of the way. So y'all want to move on to predictions for Sunday's games?
Oh, just
Absolutely.
do that right now. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we're gonna start off with the
Who
1 o'clock games on.
Green tracking the results again?
Yep, I got the results. So we
Do you trust Dream? Do you trust Dream?
I was just about to say that.
Damn.
I mean, after you was 11-5, if I was gonna do something felonious, you wouldn't have been 11-5.
I mean, I'm gonna keep up with my results on my own.
You didn't even keep up with it. You didn't even know.
I know who I picked.
So going on to Sunday's night game. I mean Sunday's 1 o'clock game. The first one we'll go with was close to home. Shawnee Mac favorite team. Let's go with the Bengals versus the Vikings. Who y'all got for that one?
Ooh.
Vikings. Where's the game at?
I think it's in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I'm going Minnesota too.
Minnesota here.
Okay. So
who you picking, cuz?
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and this quarterback situation got me a little worried, but with
both of them hurt though.
Minnesota quarterback out too.
JJ McCarthy is out, and
I'm gonna roll with the Bengals.
Yeah, that changes things.
I'm gonna roll with the Bengals. Then next
so that changes things, bro. Are you changing your pick?
Hey, are you changing your pick, or we just hearing that changes things, but that don't really solidify that you change your pick. So
I guarantee you, whoever win that game, he's going to say he picked the other team.
So even when he lose, he win. Because when he win, he win. But when he lose, he win.
Bro, I said that changes things. I'm done talking good. What's the next game, bro? What's the next game?
The next game we have is the Texans and the Jaguars.
I'm rolling with the Texans in that one.
Man, I want the Texans to win, but then I also want the Jaguars to win.
Well, just pick both of them. That's what you usually do.
Basically. Come on, CJ. You got to get you a dub, man.
So y'all already know who I'm picking. The Texas coach is Andy's cousin, so I'm riding with him again. So I'm riding with the Texans.
We got comments in here, bro. I ain't even said nothing.
Man, that's your job.
Hold on, bro. What's on? Who they? Shotty back in here? Michelle Davis? I hope I said your name right.
Yes. So the next game, we got the Colts and the Titans. What's up, cousin Floto?
What up, bro?
She said he must be talking about the Texans gonna let me down again, or the Dolphins.
There you go. He said he got the Bills.
I got the Bills.
He got the Bills. I got the Bills.
I got Miami.
All right. Listen, and then you guys got the Dolphins. So
right. So now we got the Colts and the Titans.
I'm gonna start doing that. So it's like acting frustrated.
Bone got the Colts.
I'm going Colts. The Colts and the Raiders, right? Yeah, give me the Colts.
And the Colts and the Titans.
It's
the Colts and the Titans. Colts and the Titans. Who is the Colts quarterback?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones from where?
From New York.
Came from New York.
Came from the New York Giants.
Mm-hmm. And they was calling him Danny Dimes up there, right? That's him. Okay.
I'm not trying to assist you. Man.
Give me Indy. I like Indy. They playing in Indy too. I'll go Indy.
Now, I don't know where they playing. I think they might be playing in Nashville.
I'm going Indy.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Colts too. I don't think Cam is ready yet to make that step.
Hey, hold on, bro. I know. Please, we gotta talk about Arch Manning. Are you serious?
Hey, but
he is a bum.
Man, we're not gonna call that man a bum. But we gotta get to the NFL picks first.
On a scale of greatness. On a scale of greatness. Okay. Hold on. Nah. Wait a minute.
Because
can we go to Arch Manning after we get the NFL
topic? Let's finish our NFL picks. We're taking us off topic. Man, you gotta wait. Arch Manning wasn't even on the topic list for tonight. Now we got
like this. All right.
We got the Raiders and the Commanders. So we got with that one.
Commanders.
I'm going Commanders, but bro, he need to win this game, bro.
Who? I think
Jaden Daniels.
I got the Commanders too on this one.
You need to win, or I'm about to start calling against him.
Next game, we got the Rams versus the Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh. Where are they playing that game at? Oh, they at the Eagles?
No, I don't know. Oh, are they? Oh, yeah. They flying away from Cali, playing that early game.
Rams.
It's a 1 o'clock game.
Yep. I'm going with the Eagles too. Well, with the Eagles. Next game, I think this will probably be easy pick. Falcons versus the Panthers. I'm gonna start it off. I'm going with the Falcons.
Why you say that's an easy pick?
Yeah,
that's a division game. That's gonna be a tough game.
And the Panthers I don't think they can get over there.
Carolina too, though. I want to root for him, though. He's a little over there, ain't he?
I don't think they can pull it out in a close game.
This is gonna turn into a throwaway week for me. Carolina.
You going Carolina ball? Oh, I like that Carolina pick, bro. But who's quarterbacking over there with the Falcons?
Hey man, I'm starting to think you ain't watching too much football. You haven't known one quarterback.
No. I mean, I just look at people's like energy. I don't got to know their name.
Left-hand kid from Washington. Does that help you?
Hell no. Give me. I don't know either one of these teams really, but I'll say Atlanta. I feel Atlanta is probably a little bit better organization.
All right.
Penix, Atlanta.
Yes.
Michael Penix.
So now we move on to the next game, which is Bones' favorite team with the Steelers versus the Patriots.
We got to beat the Patriots after that piss poor performance against Seattle. Pittsburgh.
Because are you rolling with Tay Boogie again and rolling with the Steelers?
Yeah, Pittsburgh gonna win this one. I hope, man. I mean, Pittsburgh just be having the most pedestrian type offense. Like it's just never flowing. I never seen it just go crazy or nothing.
It's like Novocaine. Just wait, it'll work.
I'm gonna ride with my man Mike Tomlin again. I'm gonna have confidence in him on this week, even though he let me down last week. Then the next game we got is the Packers versus the Broncos.
Packers.
Green Bay.
That's one of my favorite teams this year. I ain't gonna lie.
Why?
I'm gonna roll with
the quarterback.
I'm gonna roll with
Love. Jordan Love. Man, but you know what, man? Jordan Love is an example of like what you say all the time, Bone, about just kind of like wait your turn. And I think Green Bay has been a good franchise of doing that.
I never said wait your turn.
I don't say wait your turn. When did I say that?
Well, when you're talking about Shador, I think that you say like to go and play behind he could go and play behind a quarterback and learn the system and then put him out there. But
that's not what I said.
but
That's not what I said about Shador.
So the
you said
last
he ain't gonna start over Joe Flacco, right?
Say wait your turn, but he's not going to start over Joe Flacco.
So what else should he do then? What else should he do if he's not gonna get a chance to start? What else can he do but wait his turn just by default?
there's nothing else you can do in that situation. It's professional
So
sports,
that's
so
what I'm
you
saying.
get your
Like
time.
if you saying he shouldn't start
You
by
right,
default,
bro.
you saying he gotta wait.
All right, so the last 1 o'clock game we got is the Jets and the Buccaneers. The last 1 o'clock game we got is the Jets and the Buccaneers.
I'm going Baker Mayfield looking player.
Tampa Bay.
I'm going with my man from the old state. I'm gonna believe in him as a quarterback. So I'm riding with the Jets.
Hey.
So,
all right.
Now, on to the 4 o'clock games. We got 4 o'clock games. First ones is my fault. That was Packers and the Browns. We got the Broncos and the Chargers now.
Oh, Broncos and the Chargers.
Who was the Green Bay game that we just picked on? Green Bay and who?
Cleveland.
The Browns.
Oh yeah, I still got Green Bay. And the first 4 o'clock, who is that?
The Broncos and the Chargers.
Chargers.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game.
I'm going Chargers. Are the Chargers undefeated? Are the Chargers undefeated?
Yep.
Their coach is good, man. Harbaugh is a great coach, man. Everywhere he goes, it's just an automatic upliftment to wherever he at. I think that they are going to be a player in the playoffs and could win it all with him. But all right, what's the next game, cuz?
Oh, we ain't finished that one yet. I'm gonna ride with the Chargers too. Bone, who you got?
Chargers.
I went with the Chargers.
Okay. All right. Then the next one is the Saints and the Seahawks.
Ooh, Seahawks. They beat Pittsburgh. They got to be somewhat decent.
I'll go Seahawks.
Don't follow my lead. You didn't know who you wanted to pick, really. I could see how you were thinking. You're like, well, Bone picked them. I'll pick them.
Basically, and never forget, Ricky White III is out there, man. Our bro. So you gotta man, if it's a toss-up, you gotta go with them.
The Saints is due for a good game, so I'm gonna ride with the Saints. Yeah. The next one is the Cowboys versus the Bears.
Oh,
Cowboys.
The Cowboys been looking kind of nice.
Cowboys all day on that.
I gotta ride with the Cowboys too.
Won that game last week, and that was a game that y'all said y'all didn't think was that good. I thought it was great.
No, we didn't say that. We said it was a good game.
I put it on I say this. I put it on a higher level of excitement than what y'all did. Y'all think it was good. I think it was great. That's what I was saying. Or y'all think it was great. I think it was perfect. Whatever you think it was, I think it was better. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Cowboys too, because the Bears haven't looked too good this year yet. They haven't. They definitely haven't looked good, and I don't know if that's due to the quarterback having fingernail polish on when he playing in the games or what, but that just didn't. Ain't look too good. Oh, I see something the other day.
So y'all judging y'all quarterbacks if he has fingernail polish on?
Hey, I saw something the other day that Pac-Man Jones said that he would fine him if he was the coach every game for having fingernail polish on.
Yeah. There you have it.
Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all agree that should be a fine? That's a finable offense.
Yeah.
It's a finable offense if
it's a distraction.
You are not the franchise quarterback.
He got to perform like a franchise quarterback, though. That's what's been lacking.
Caleb Williams has not performed, but yeah, they're gonna have a look. That's why he can do that. If he was someone else, it'd have probably been stopped wearing fingernail polish.
Terrell said he's finding him.
In the last,
but that's the thing, he getting fired though.
Yeah. The last 4:00 game we got is the Cardinals versus 49ers.
Ooh, Cardinals.
Where you at, Cuz?
I like Harrison Jr. Yeah, I'll go Cardinals.
All right, so I like Kyler Murray and Harrison Jr. also, but I got a third reason why I got to pick the Cardinals. That was little cuz Speakeasy favorite team, so I'm gonna ride with that because I'm always voting in honor of Speak. So we're gonna ride with that on the Cardinals.
So Speak, baby, man. I seen something. What? I seen Emmanuel Acho show. Have y'all seen Emmanuel Acho show? And he got his little bro on there, and Shady McCoy was on there. Well, anyway, on his show, he's got a little side panel in the podcast, and it says "Speak Easy" real big as a display.
Oh, wow.
I just seen this yesterday, and I was like, "Speak!" It was so major. I like that. I just thought about Speak yesterday. Y'all see it?
That's what's up, man. So
that was the last game.
No, that was the last 4:00 game. Then we got the Sunday night game. And the Sunday night game, we got the Chiefs versus the Giants.
Oh,
Chiefs.
Please, Chiefs win this game, bro.
Yeah, I think
I'm going Chiefs.
This is kind of agreeable week this week. Plus, I feel that the Chiefs are going to come out extra motivated, which they could have been lax against the Giants before, but being 0-2, I think they're going to come out. They're going to come out motivated and do everything they can to get back on track. So I'm also thinking that game might be a blowout. And then we got one last game of the week, which would be the Monday night game, and we got the Lions versus the Ravens. So the Lions put up a whole lot of points last week, and then we got Lamar on the opposite side leading the Ravens.
Bruh. And Lamar put up a lot of points last week himself. That is a banger. That's Sunday night?
No, that's Monday night. That's Monday night.
Monday night. Oh, Monday night really did good this time. I can finally watch a Monday night football game because they be having the most stupid combinations on Monday night sometimes. Sometimes they got good games like this, but a lot of times it be trash.
What happened to Bone?
He might be having some technical issues. He's still around, but it looked like his camera is out for a second.
Oh, okay. Bone, put in the chat who you picking for Lions versus Ravens. Since you disappeared on.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear y'all, man.
That looks better. And now you crispy too. Whatever you did, that was perfect.
Yeah, you don't look like you're on dial-up no more.
Good, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Now we cooking. Hold on, let me do this because y'all tired of me looking that way, ain't y'all? I know. Let me get to my fans out here, bro. They want to see me quit looking to the side. They trying to see me. Bone, you idiot. What did you do? You just left again?
Man, he finally was looking like he wasn't on like he wasn't on dial up, and now we done lost him.
Huge mistake.
So yeah, back to what you were saying about what you thinking on the Lions versus the Ravens.
Man, the Lions versus the Ravens is a knockdown, drag out Apollo Creed versus Rocky Balboa. It's going to be a game to remember. I think that it has the potential of being a shootout. I think that it's got the potential to be a game that it'll be an instant classic. And I'm gonna give Lamar Jackson the
which game is this?
Last drive.
I got
a last drive. Man. So I'll tell you this. Listen, I'm gonna pick this game. I'm gonna pick the Ravens to win the game at the buzzer.
This is
At the buzzer.
Monday night game, Lions versus Ravens, cuz.
Shootout.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. My phone rang and it kicked me out. I couldn't hear nothing. But I'm going with the Ravens. Ravens by 10 plus.
That makes all three of us go with the Ravens. So come Monday night, cuz you picked the Ravens. But you were also the one a couple of weeks ago that talked about how Lamar can't get it done in the clutch. So, but then you said you picking him at the buzzer. That's kind of flip flopping, ain't it? You know,
I'm not saying Lamar Jackson cannot win close games and clutch games, but what I'm saying is, bro, I hinge my happiness on Lamar Jackson winning the Super Bowl, bro. When he loses those games, it really does affect how I feel the next day or two. It do. I hate it. I don't like it. I feel embarrassed when he loses.
So
when
we
my
can take
teams
that.
lose, when my favorite teams lose, I hold some type of embarrassment for that loss as though I'm a part of the team.
But I don't understand, if you want him to win a Super Bowl, how do you then say he's trash after he loses a game?
I'm saying that as a fan, bro. Fans like me get emotional. They say, "Oh, I hate him," you know, but it's not true, man. You just mad at your team. You be like, "I'm never watching them again. I'm done with them again." Do you know how up and down and topsy turvy? But the truth is, I really want to see Lamar Jackson win, bro. I'm a big Lamar Jackson fan. I feel like that about Shador and like a Kobe, like other players, man. LeBron, these players that I really have vested. Like, I really want to see them do well. I don't know why, but it's sports. Shit.
So in the NFL, is Lamar Jackson your favorite player, period? Hands down?
No, not just straight hands down, because now I like Jaden Daniels. I'd love to see him win. I like Pat Mahomes a lot too. I like how good Pat Mahomes is. I like the swag that he brings to the game. I like Andy Reid. I like the creative play calling. So I like the way I like sweet players, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
want to see him play.
I like the audience to chime in and tell us some of who their favorite players, who they like to watch, you know, and who excite them, and who feels like they're a fan that gets emotional when the player doesn't win or play well that they call him trash. I'm just because they want him to win so bad that they call him trash.
Or sometimes people, now wait a minute. Now sometimes people get angry at players too. It goes both ways. At least I'm doing it in a positive manner. Now there are some people who want to see people lose. Like that. Like they don't like players so much, and they like root against players too. There's two ways that kind of like sports entertainment and rooting goes.
Who do you think is the best quarterback in the NFL?
Who is the best quarterback?
I'll take Lamar.
Despite
Lamar.
I think Lamar.
But with that, I can be objective and say that he has had major collapses in the postseason. He don't play his best in the postseason. But as far as the best quarterback, he's the best quarterback for me. And then
I might go Pat. I think I give it to Pat. Lamar to me has to be himself, and that's the difference to me between. I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to say that because look, oh boy, Mark Andrews dropped the ball that Lamar threw to him that would have at least tied the game up. So
that's what I'm saying.
And you're right about that. But I think that if Lamar really just like didn't care and played his own game, and I'm talking about using his legs any and every time he can, whenever he wants to, or whenever it's best, instead of trying to like fit into some narrative. And I don't know for sure that that's his mindset in these games, but it seems like the games that we lose, he don't get mobile like he normally does. And I've seen it happen at least 2 playoff games, maybe more, you know. So he just got to go out there and be Lamar Jackson. And
You
then
don't you don't think he does that? I mean, I personally think that he goes out there and he plays to his skill set that he has. When he needs to run, he's effectively running the ball and not being able to stop, and then he also throws the ball. No, I think he plays to his skill set to the best of what I think he can do. I mean, Lamar is a great talent, man, and he's fun and exciting to watch.
right, but
And
he's not perfect either, though.
nobody's perfect. Nobody's expecting him to
Okay,
be
so right.
perfect.
So when I bring up the things that make him imperfect, it's just a part of his game. He's going out there. He's no, I'm serious. I'm just
I
listen when
understand.
huh? You see what I'm saying?
I
I
said I
mean,
understand.
No, I
yeah,
understand what
he's
you're
a
saying,
great
but that was
player.
that
But
wasn't
everybody isn't
that wasn't
perfect.
the
I think
topic.
that's the thing.
You said him playing being himself, and I was saying I feel that he uses his skills and his ability, and he's being himself. So it wasn't anything about him being perfect because there's nobody's going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's just not even realistic. But
And that's what I'm saying. In the games, it's in the games. What makes Lamar Jackson not perfect to me is not that he'll throw an interception or fumble the ball or like just like miss a target or any of that. That's not what's making him imperfect to me in this case. What's making him imperfect is him not doing what he been doing in order to just be dominant and just trying to show his versatility. And he got the versatility, he got the bag, he got the arm, he got all of these things that any other quarterback got. That's just like a pocket passing quarterback. But what makes him Lamar Jackson is he can do it all. He can take off. You can't stop him. He Michael Vick. He
So you're
lit.
saying in the playoffs he doesn't
In the
utilize his
playoffs, he got
legs
to
and
do that. He got to bring that dog out. He got to get to that youth football level where the quarterback run it every time.
well,
Go
this ain't youth
crazy.
level football, so
It
he's
ain't
not going to
youth
be able to
level
run.
football,
He's
but
not going to be able to run the ball every time.
I know that, cuz, but you understand, I'm just talking about the mentality of him getting it done. And when he was like Lamar Jackson should be running so much that they're putting in the particular defense just to stop that. Then when they're like having that defensive type of strategy, that's when he's going to open it up for his arm. But he got to make them pay with his legs, and he got to make
Do
them
you?
pay when it matters.
I
Well,
disagree.
they have Derrick Henry for that, and that's who's the running back. And to be honest, do you actually think a coach will want him running that much because you're putting him at risk of injury? Do you really think a coach or the owner want to put their franchise quarterback out there to put himself at that much risk? Because do you want to just have him for one game or do you want to have him for a career? And him running the ball like that and
What
trying to
you
run
saying?
every play, you
I'm
putting
not.
himself
No, I'm not saying
putting
because
himself in risk of
you're
injury.
taking what I'm saying like too literal. I'm just talking about as not literally run it every time, but run it enough to where you gotta keep them honest. You see what I'm saying? Like it can't
So
be. It
what's
can't. They
enough?
need to do it more. All I'm saying is they need to do it more than what they were doing. Run it more. Let Lamar wheel and deal a little bit more. And Lamar gotta understand the game. He gotta get down. He gotta slide. He gotta get out of bounds. He gotta do whatever he gotta do. But he can do it. He can do all of these things, not get hurt, and make them pay with his legs more than what he has done in these other games. And that's what I think. You know what I'm saying? But this is
Okay. So Bone, and let's pose this to the audience also. Do y'all think that Lamar runs the ball enough, or should he run more? What's your take
I
on
would
that, Bone?
never, I would never say for someone as gifted as Lamar Jackson. And it may sound counterintuitive, but I would never say I think he needs to run more. And part of that is because just of what you said, they got Derrick Henry back there. If you got Derrick Henry, I mean, both of them, they complement one another, and then he still has the skill set where he can throw the ball. So I think that, what he sees, and if I'm a coach, I'm going to trust what Lamar sees. If he's running when he want to run, I'm going to go with that nine out of 10 times. I think he runs enough. I think, he just had, like I said before, I just think he had some bad luck in the playoffs, but it's no way. It'll be hard. You'll be hard pressed to get me to think that he's not running enough. He's making plays that your average guy at that position in the NFL couldn't make. So I would trust him to make the right decision. If he needs to run, he run. If he don't, he don't. And I live with
boys. That I just thought of this. I know what's happening here. I see. There has been a stigma put on black quarterbacks, okay, about being too good of an athlete to be a quarterback. All right. And so there's a bit of
a prototypical pocket quarterback.
There's a bit of proving, okay, that it's almost like a psychic trauma that gets experienced with our quarterbacks or especially these skilled positions, but I'll say quarterback specifically just because of the fight that blacks had to do in order to be the quarterback. And then they want to show like, bro, I'm more than just a running quarterback. I can actually throw this pill and I want to show the world what I can do. And I think that is it's probably a mind frame. It's something that I would never understand because I'm not great like Lamar Jackson at football, you see. So I don't know what's going on in Lamar Jackson's mind, but to me as an observer, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Lamar is capable. That's the thing. If he was incapable, it would be foolish for him to even try to prove that he can do these things, but he actually can. But in order for him to do these things, his weapons have to accommodate that. His weapons got to catch the ball, Mark Andrews. His people, Derrick Henry, you got to take off. Bro, we in the playoffs now? Here, go. And I ain't saying Derrick Henry didn't do that. And this is Lamar Jackson has only had Derrick Henry for 1 year. We're talking about these previous years plus this last year. So for us to say he's the only reason why I'm saying that he should run a little bit more is because to me, when I was watching the games, I'm like, damn, take off, bro. And it seemed like he didn't do it. So that's like, I have that mental thing going in my mind where I personally was thinking like, damn, he don't seem like he just dogging like he really can. And so that's where it's coming from. To me, I think that he's battling these stereotypes that black quarterbacks are just athletes, man. They call our players athletes a lot and then call other players like he's such a high IQ player or he or such and such. So
I think there's a lot of truth and validity to that. But I also think that now the game has changed in a way, especially at the quarterback position, where you almost have to have some athleticism, even if they don't want to give the black quarterback the credit. I think that at one time, what they wanted was the elusive, shitty, athletic black quarterback to be a pocket passer. There was a time when that was the case. But now you find coordinators that are putting read option into their foundational offense. Lamar Jackson runs read option with Derrick Henry all the time. So you can't necessarily say they want you to be a traditional pocket quarterback. There was a time where black quarterbacks, they suffered from that, and they had to accommodate and acquiesce and sort of dim their light as far as their skill set when they go and play quarterback. But that's not the case, not as much now, because most quarterbacks, it's sort of factored in that they want you to be athletic. They want you to have design runs as a part of the offense. I just think that with that, when you have someone as dynamic as Lamar Jackson, you have to be extremely smart about when you run and how you run, because regardless, you only one play away from getting the hell knocked out of you. And is it worth it to get a 20-yard run and then you get knocked out for 2 to 3 weeks? Not necessarily, because you'll be much. I'm sure everyone will prefer you throwing the ball 30 yards down the field and you don't have no wear and tear on your body, or running the ball when you clearly can get 20 yards and get out of bounds, but you don't want to get beat up, for sure. That's what happened with Mike Vick. And I think the messed up part with Mike Vick, he was in the pocket when he got his leg broke.
I think RG3
And
definitely RG3.
That's a good point, Bone, about how the game has changed. And part of what have changed in the game, because you don't see as many. There's not really no Tom Brady's out there anymore. There's just a pocket quarterback, and that changed. And they changed the rules for Tom Brady to keep him around in the game also. So now with the rule changes and everything, and what I really think really kind of changed the game is that front four. The front four of most teams now are so dynamic, and those defensive linemen, they're so athletic and so quick and fast and can get into the backfield and that type of stuff. That has changed everything. So you really can't have a quarterback that's just going to sit back there, because they don't have the same time that they used to have. You know what I'm saying? The defensive linemen are really have really changed the landscape of what football looked like, because it is not the same time for receivers. That's why you don't see as many outfield, don't see as many deep passes, because the time isn't there for people to get back there to set and for somebody to get down the field and read and this, that. You got to react a whole lot more. So that has definitely changed the game, which is why I'm thinking we're looking at, what was it, 16 black quarterbacks that were starting. Because
back in the day, you only had one Lawrence Taylor. Now you got a Myles Garrett, a T.J. Watt, Micah Parsons, and the list goes on and on. Those guys are like running 4.5s at D line, and they moving. You don't
that's changed the game.
Dealing with that.
Yeah, that changed the game, and look at the size of them guys too. Man, you don't want Lamar is what, 6 foot. 195 or something like that. You don't want him to keep getting hit by no 6'3", 6'4", 235, 245 guy. You don't want him to keep getting hit by that. And some of them even bigger than that. You talking about what? Someone coming off that defensive end, what, maybe 285?
Myles Garrett is almost 300 pounds, and
you don't want to keep getting hit by. You don't want to keep getting hit by that.
And he plays in the same division as Lamar Jackson.
I think that what I'm saying is being like, I just think that y'all I hear what y'all saying, and y'all are right. Definitely, I'll say that first, but then I'm saying I don't want him to run all the time, but run more than what he did in order to win the game, and that's the point.
No, we're not saying nothing against what you're saying, because we have like kind of furthered the conversation on of saying what else is going on as far as evolving in the game. And so what we're saying is it does take for quarterbacks to be able to run, but you don't want them running all the time, because you don't want them out of that pocket. And it's not because you got these bigger guys that's running at them, hitting. So everything got to be quick. So it got to be quick plays. That's why it's so much dinking and dunking and 5 and 10 yard passes. Because
man, they gotta learn how to get down. Like, why would you let somebody hit you?
Sometimes you can't get down.
I think everybody that gets hit is their intention is to get blasted.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes them quarterbacks try to go boom head up against somebody. And I just seen who did I just see knock somebody over? Was it Pat Mahomes? The other day he put his shoulder down and boom hit somebody, and it might not have been him, but I did see a quarterback choose to not go out of bounds and try to go through a defender, and he did. So that's the defender for the most part. When the quarterback is running, rarely will they get blindsided. I mean, it does happen, but for the most part, they be having the whole field in front of them. They see who's coming to try to tackle them, slide down, get out of bounds. You're the quarterback. You're allowed to do that. I don't understand why they wouldn't do that more. I think quarterbacks should run a lot more, to be honest. I mean, the field be wide open. and they still don't take the yards. And then
I think
football got
that's
like a
the-
lot of idiotic stuff that happens, though. Honestly, I don't
But I
understand a
think,
bunch of stuff.
in my opinion, I might be wrong, but I
Yeah,
think you're saying is exactly what Reem was talking about. It may look like the field is wide open,
But
but
it's not.
those things close real quick when you, especially when you're a quarterback and you get out there and start running. And the problem with what you said, you like, just like you said, who's hitting them. But the guys coming from behind them they're moving just as fast as DBs nowadays, and that's when you're vulnerable, and that's when you get knocked out of games, and that's why a lot of quarterbacks don't want to run like that. I think one of the best people at it right now, who gets underrated for it because he runs a lot more than most, is Jalen Hurts, and they say that he's not one of the better quarterbacks, although I feel like he's one of the top 5 in the league
I think
because
so.
he has mastered. When he needs to run, he'll get 4 or 5 yards, get out of bounds, but he's not trying to make the 70
Home
yards.
run,
He
right?
doesn't do that. He doesn't do that because he's got Saquon Barkley in the backfield.
Right.
That's their running back. All he's doing is trying to
So Lamar
find time
Jackson
to throw the
need to follow.
ball or
He need to
get 3 or
follow
4
that.
yards.
Follow that play. Follow that playbook, Lamar. Make them pay. You know,
But
if
see, that's
Jalen
the
Hurts
thing. You
gets 4 or
can't
5, then you could get
you
6,
can't
7.
But you know what? That's the thing. You're internally wired different. If you are Lamar Jackson, when you look out and you get out in the open field, you're thinking touchdown because that's the only thing you've ever thought your whole life. You're faster
But he
than
got to
everyone.
stop that. I mean, that's no excuse to keep doing it just because he
That
has
is
to learn
how
and get
you've been
coached
wired
out there.
your whole life. I think
He's got to stop doing it if it's gonna get him hurt. What are we saying? Like, just because you've been doing something your whole life, now you playing in the NFL, bro. You cannot get hurt. I'm telling y'all what y'all just was telling me. Get down. Don't just because you've been doing it your whole life is no excuse not to do better now.
I'm saying in the case of Lamar, he has had to fine tune his game to not always. To your point, he can't always try to go and run a touchdown, but that's sort of how he's built. You know what I mean? That's like telling guys like him and Mike Vick, don't trust in your speed. You want him to run, but only run but so much. That's not
All
how
I'm
it
saying,
works.
listen. I'm saying use his legs in order to win the game a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how much more he might have to run. It might only be 2 more runs a game. It might be 1 run. It might be 1 because, okay, if they're capable of going for big chunks like that, I mean, do it once a game. Do it once a game. You know, I mean, these games boil down to the 4th quarter most of the time. Do it once a game. It'll put at least 3 points on the board. You lose in games by 2 points, 1 point, 3 points. Do it
Right,
I don't know.
I just say win the
next
game,
topic.
man.
Next
Just
topic.
win the game.
Yeah, let's move on to college football. So this weekend in college football, there's only 3 games that has top 25 teams that's matching up. My question to y'all is: do y'all feel that these early weeks of in the season that these college teams need to start upping their schedules a little better so that we can have more quality games throughout the year? So the 3 games that we have this weekend are Illinois at number 9 versus number 19 Indiana, which is a Big Ten game. That's a conference game.
Yep.
Then you have number 22 Auburn versus number 11 Oklahoma. And then you have number 17 Texas Tech versus number 16 Utah, which is also a conference game. So what do y'all feel? Do y'all feel schedules need to be beefed up a little bit more so that we can have more top 25 games throughout the season? Or is it good with how it is?
I say it's good with how it is because if you're in the Power 5 conferences, typically once you get into conference play, more times than not you're going to be playing a ranked opponent. I'm not going to even say a lot of the times, but you'll see enough ranked opponents where you can get a good gauge as to which teams are good. The outer conference, I don't think you could have got much better than what you had earlier. You had SEC matched up with the Big Ten a couple weeks. You had the Texas Ohio State game. You had the Michigan, Oklahoma, and you had a couple other ones, the first couple weeks of the season where you matched out of conference where you had top ranked teams. I don't think you're going to get much better than that, really. And then because you still have to play a certain amount of conference games. So as long as you're not full, your out of conference schedule is not full of directional schools, I think you're going to be, you can't get much better than that because you still got to play conference games. And nowadays people they're going to try to, I would think, try to keep the college football playoff in the back of their minds, like how can we position ourselves to be in the best position to get seeding now for that, because that hasn't been the case before. If you lost a game back in the day, it was over. Now you're still firmly in the stakes for the playoff, even if you lose the game.
So only 3 games. Any of the 3 that y'all will be looking forward to watching? You got Illinois versus Indiana, who was definitely a conference game, but also a rival with Illinois and Indiana. Auburn, Oklahoma, and then Texas Tech and Utah, which Texas Tech and Utah have two of the nation's top most explosive offenses in the nation. So, any of them games that y'all looking forward to seeing?
No. I want to see. I want to see what you call it.
I'm looking for.
I want to go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
No, I want the Oklahoma Auburn game, and I think the Indiana
Illinois
game. I think that's going to be a good game. It's just I think part of it you would. Like, for example, with the Indiana and Illinois game, traditionally or historically, they're not powerhouse programs. But to see them ranked that high, you want to see them to just see, what they look like, see if they're all right. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of those, to tell you the truth.
All right. So
the Texas Tech, I'm not, because typically they always got some of the best offense around, and then they put up video game numbers, and the moment they play somebody that's decent, they get mollywopped. And that's I'm not a believer till I see it with Texas Tech that they can get any defense out there. They always got they the home of the air raid offense. They always do that.
So with that being said, though, so Utah has a similar type of offense. So does that game seem intriguing to watch 2 teams with both teams putting up video game numbers?
I don't like games like that. That was the old Big 12. They had a lot of back in the day of RG3 and those dudes. They had Patrick Mahomes. All the teams in the Big 12 with Oklahoma and them, they put up crazy offense, and the games, in my opinion, were somewhat unwatchable because they were just running up and down nobody could stop nobody. It was like they opted out on defense. So that wasn't good ball to watch for me, but some people love that. So I can't say I speak for everyone.
I found it. I watched it before, and I thought some of those games was quite entertaining. Yeah, it did lack the defensive component of it, but it was definitely entertaining to watch, to see people scoring like that. It almost gives a 7-on-7 type of feel of football, but it's a different brand, a different style. I mean, I guess it's the same as like in basketball, where you got some teams that could be up tempo, getting up and down. Then you got other teams that want to grind it out and play defense and make it more of that game. So I guess it just depends on the style and what you like. So another good game.
So you like D'Antoni ball? You like Mike D'Antoni?
I like the style. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, depending. If it's team oriented, I like to see it get up and down and play ball that way. I don't like to see it where it's just dominated by 1 or 2 people just taking all the shots. So that's not good basketball to me. But yeah, I like to see more of a up tempo style game.
You like Charles Barkley, then you don't like James Harden? with his dribble.
Oh no, I absolutely do not like watching that. I do not watch. Oh, I said out, and it's not saying that James Harden can't play. It's just not a style of play that I like.
Nice.
Yeah, he is. He's very good, but I don't want to see somebody dribble away the whole shot clock before they take the shot. But it's one other game.
You like James Harden's style of play?
Me? No.
You don't? I would have thought you like James Harden's style of play.
Not really. I don't like James Harden's like whole.
You don't like James Harden. Never mind.
We got one more game in college I wanted to talk to you about, Bone. I figured you would definitely. I know you're gonna have an interest in watching that one. Michigan ranked 21 versus against Nebraska, and so Nebraska coach has been 0-6 against top 25 teams, and Nebraska hasn't beat Michigan since 2013. But I think this game is being played in Nebraska. So, what you feel about that? Do you think this is going to be a good game, or do you think Nebraska has a chance to upset Michigan at home?
I do not, and it's 100% biased. And part of that, though, I think that the freshman, our QB, I think that he's going to get his legs up under him. I think that he looked a little bit overwhelmed in the Oklahoma game, first big time match, and playing in Oklahoma, that can be a lot. And I think not only was he overwhelmed, I think that they coach for him not to make mistakes as opposed to letting him figure it out and make mistakes. They were way too conservative offensively in terms of play calling, and I think they're gonna give him more freedom to make some plays in this game. At least that's what I hope. But it's a different. You're talking about a different level of competition with Nebraska compared to Oklahoma, and I think he'll show up. 14-point win. We dancing up out of there real easy, light work.
So do you think it matter? What's this, the second game suspension for the coach? Would that make a difference? And
who's coaching?
I think it make
Michigan.
Yes.
I think that it makes a difference, but it's hard for me because I know that there's a value when you talk about coaching. It is. You can't deny that. But also one that believes when it comes to playing, it's about the Jimmies and Joes and not the X's and O's. I've always said that. So I think that there's a certain amount of, there's a certain piece of it that you have to say, okay, coaching is going to be impacted because you don't have your coach. But Michigan won the national championship minus their head coach to a certain degree for a significant portion of the year. So I don't want to make that like that excuse for them. They just got to figure it out to a certain degree. But it'll have some impact on the game and some impact on how they play, but figure it out. I think that they have better athletes at the end of the day than Nebraska does, so it shouldn't hurt them in that way.
And transitioning into that off the same thing we saw where we talked about it in the last podcast where Deshaun Foster was fired at UCLA. And you see all the kids that decommitted now after his firing and saying that they're reopening up their recruitment, and a bunch of kids that have decided to put themselves into the portal, and some saying that they're going to enter the portal at the end of the season. So this is why I asked the question of firing a coach after the third game in college, the impact that can really have on the program. Do you think that's a very negative impact to do? And that's why I said I personally feel they should at least let the coach finish out the season. You can even say that you're going, hey, this probably going to be your last season. But as far as actually making the change, probably shouldn't make that change until the season is over with. Because it's a very negative effect. Because UCLA play who this week? Is it O State?
I'm not for
And,
sure. Do they? They play O
yeah,
State. They about to
right. That's what I said. Said
beat to
looking at
the
it.
curb
Let me
stomp.
let me look it up because I'm saying like, well, did you actually think if they playing Ohio State, a coaching change was going to matter and gonna matter this week? So I don't think it really matter who you put on the sideline. They ain't got a chance of winning this game no way.
Yeah, I think it's pros and cons.
It's not.
My opinion is
No, it's not.
like in
Let me
the
see
case
this one.
if UCLA they like they did, they fired him. I think that if you a kid and you leave the program, the only issue with that is you don't know who's coming in as the coach. If you say, for instance, what you used as an example, a lot of kids are saying they're going to enter the transfer portal. What if the coach that comes in is a better coach than
Right.
Foster? I mean, you just don't know. So I get it on both ends. And if I'm a kid that there solely because I have a relationship with Coach Foster, and that was going to be, one of the reasons why I was going to stay there. I understand why you're talking about I'm a leader and going to the portal, but with the resources that a school like UCLA has, you don't know who they may be able to attract and get to come in there to coach the team. So and this is less about the coach as it is about the kids that have already said, I just wouldn't that I'm transferring, to tell you the truth, because you don't know who's gonna come in there.
Right.
That's,
So this is what they have the option of. So I don't know how many kids. I have to check to see how many kids have chosen to do it. They have a 30-day window since the coach was fired to enter the portal, and then
right.
after the season, they have the option also to enter the portal. But by the end of the season, they should know who's going to be the coach or whatnot. And by then, a
Right.
coach may come in and tell kids also to enter the portal. So
To get out.
yeah, they also could do with that. So no, they don't have. They have they got on state play Washington this week. UCLA got a bye this week, and then their next game is against Northwestern, and then they play Penn State. So I think they may have a chance against Northwestern, but then they got Penn State, Michigan State, Maryland, Indiana, Nebraska, O State on November 15th, Washington, and USC to finish out the season. It's a strong chance that they could lose out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's the danger. I think that the school itself, they're banking. Unfortunately, they're banking on some kids saying they're gonna enter into the portal because they want to re-recruit and quote unquote better kids at the end of the day, or have their own kids that they want to bring in through the transfer portal.
Right.
So that's it. And now that's why I always say now with NIL and with the transfer portal, it makes it a lot different when you talk about how kids, because it's a business. It's truly business now.
Right.
And I would just say you have to make sure that you handle your business when it comes to transferring or making those decisions, because what everybody talks about is the kids that make it in the transfer portal. What they don't talk about is their kids that transfer every year and they don't get picked up. It's not some kids don't work out for everybody, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Nobody talks about the kids that's still stuck in the portal. You know what I'm saying? That it's been kids that went into the portal in 2020 and never made it out of the portal, and essentially just basically kind of ended their college career. So the thing about but what the portal does do is that it allows a coach to come in and maybe give themselves a chance to win instantly. That before you would have to build a program, and it's going to take you 4 years to at least get your recruiting class to where you like, oh, these are my kids. Now you can be responsible for that immediately coming in off the portal. But the bad thing about that with the portal is you got a different team every year, so you don't know really what you're gonna have. It could be good or it could be bad. So,
Yeah.
that's the difference. So now I think now coaching really comes into to play because you do have a different team every year. So you have to make adjustments and stuff based off of your personnel or what you have there because it may be completely different from year to year on what you
I
got.
think that it as a as a like a means to get to where you want to go. I think it only works at this point in basketball because I think that one player or two players for that matter can make a more significant difference. In football, I think that you're going to have a few like if you're missing a few pieces, the transfer portal can aid you. But your point, I can see where people are in theory trying to shift and like go from average to great in one off season, but I don't necessarily think it's going. I haven't seen it, and I don't believe there's going to be any program that really can do it because it's so hard to get all those pieces to one come together and then two be able to gel. I haven't seen it. Like there's been some teams that have that had transfer kids in there, but it's only like one or two um, in football. I think in
It's
basketball, if you get the right kid to transfer, you can mess around and shift your whole like the outcome for your program possibly. And I still think it's hard in basketball.
Yes, it is. So Rutgers proved that
Difficult.
this year.
Because you ain't going
Ru-
I don't think nobody's won a championship like with too many transfers. I remember
Not too many.
Kansas like number one last year, and then they had the kid from Michigan and some other kids, and
Yeah,
it didn't work out. I mean, still went in the tournament and did all right, but
it
it's
doesn't.
hard.
It doesn't like Rutgers showed this year, whether it's transfers or if they're freshmen coming in. Rutgers had two kids that were picked in the top 5 in the NBA draft, and they struggled to be 500 this season. So,
Good point. That's crazy.
so
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, it's not like I was saying. That's where it shows as far as coaching come into play. Your personnel changing, your talent level changes. That so what now we finding out more about what coaching and what they can put in place to make kids excel and be better than what we knew before. Because before it was a longer process, this and that. Now you have to make adaptations and change every year because your team is going to be different. So now Rutgers just now they were barely 500 last year, or if 500, with two of the top 5 picks in the NBA draft. Now you lose that caliber of talent. Now what? Now you come in and you may get something out of the portal. You get some other thing that may come in and it blends and it gels. And man, you better this year. Or just looking at what that say, if you couldn't win with that, if you got lesser talent, the next year you could be 6-26. So I, I guess this is what makes college sports now is you really don't know what it's going to be from year to year. It's going to be hard to say who is going to stick there year to year.
You
Especially
have
especially in
stockpile talent.
basketball.
You got to stockpile talent. You got to have a lot of talent.
Yeah, that's the best. But the thing is, but what we talk about with these kids nowadays, they don't want to wait their turn. They don't want to sit. So it's kind of hard to stockpile talent because ain't nobody gonna sit down and be or be comfortable with, oh, you got to split time with this cat. You got these kids want it all right now. So now I'm hitting the portal. And then they may go somewhere else and be the same situation. And then it's the landscape of college athletics has changed. I mean, now we looking and we seeing kids at 26, 27 years old still playing. Like kids that got 8 years, let's say 8th season playing college football and stuff like that. Like this is not the same game and the same type of college sports that we participated in the 90s at all. It is completely different now. Completely different.
Hey, bro, if you was 26, would you still play at eligibility in college?
If I was 26, would I still play eligibility?
If you still had eligibility to
No,
play,
no,
26 years old.
no.
You would
I
just
don't.
forego it all and say, I'm really too old for this.
Yeah, I would try to do something else. I mean, it
What would you do?
depends though. Like, let's say if you had got in trouble or something like that, and then got out of jail, and you was like some star player, then I could see you going to college and being a little bit behind. If you serve 2 or 3 years, you might start when you're 21, 22, and then
Whoa.
you know what
Did
I'm
you
saying.
just say a
that,
little
that,
bit behind and you're 26?
that's not what we
No,
talk about,
no,
cuz. So we talk about cats really
We
coming out
never
at
said
18
go
years
to
old.
jail, neither. I don't understand how you make the connection to going to jail.
I'm telling you a scenario in which you could possibly be 26 and be playing like when you still think you got a dream to pursue. If you had
No,
How
got,
about how about we say you got
this is
like your
just my
spleen removed or something and you had to
we,
sit out for years or you had cancer or something like that, not go to jail.
well, yeah, for any reason, but we know that a lot of athletes that are really good sometimes get distracted and get involved with stuff. I mean, I know a couple of people that was good in sports and ended up going to jail instead of going to college. And they get out, they serve their time. Like, really, my nephew is one of those people that got locked up. Derek Daniels, he's a kid
He
that
would not
did time.
appreciate you saying his name and saying this story right
It's
now, bro.
true. I love that kid, bro. He's a good dude. I'm saying that he had great ability, and I feel like he could have actually uh played at the next level. He was signed and everything. So absolutely, it's possible. It's possible, but
so
but normally I'd say no.
so what we're talking about is that kids are actually coming out of school at 18 years old, 19 years old. Then they're going to school, they're being red shirted, they get a
That
medical
ain't
red
no,
shirt,
that
they
ain't
got to
right.
transfer this and that. And there's literally some kids that are in their 8th season of college sports. And that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about kids that got in trouble or anything like that. We just
Yeah.
talking about the rules being used. Because me personally, I don't think I could have done it. I went to school 2 days after turning 18, was medically redshirted 1 year, did 5 years, and I was hurt my whole senior year, and probably should have been able to ask for a 6 year for another medical red shirt. But there's no way in hell I could have went back to college and been a college athlete for another year. There's no way. The mentality and stuff, it got to the point where was too grown, and that wasn't what I could do at all. I don't know about you, Bone. Could you win back at 20, 23, 24?
I don't think I would have wanted to. Yeah, and I think both of us were relatively young going into college. Majority of my senior year of school, I was 17 years old. So going in, when I got to school, I don't think at the end of the day, I had a medical red shirt as well. And my senior year, I think for whatever reason, I felt like I was done with college athletics, if that makes sense. I don't think that I would have wanted to play. I wouldn't have had the desire to play another year
Right. In college. Right.
I wouldn't have wanted to play in college anymore. I had my sights set on if it's going to happen at the next level, that's fine. But I wouldn't. And I think part of that was maybe we didn't even have that option possibly, because it seems like a lot more kids are making that decision to play extended years in college because they, with everything that happened with COVID. But, at that day and time, I would not have any desire to play beyond my medical redshirt year. I think even if I would have gotten hurt.
They get the grad transfer year also. So it's a lot of things that we didn't have the option of, but it get extended out. But yeah, I don't think I could have been coached at that age to participate in what goes on in college back then. Like,
yeah, you would have, because it's a different landscape. I think if you would have been in school now, you can, in certain instances, you can make money in college now, where you couldn't make money. You know what
That's
I mean?
true.
I think kids now, they look at it like they might not ever make this kind of money in their regular jobs.
I got a college story. I got a college story, and man, it was
Let it fly, bro.
so interesting that, man, it said what it said. I said that like right on time, man. At 1 hour 14 minutes with 44 seconds, and that number to me is reminding. Sorry, y'all, my bad. I had noise going on in these glasses. But man, this kid Trey Reed, bro, was found on a college campus.
Yeah.
And he wasn't playing sports. He was just trying to go to school here in Mississippi
Delta State.
at Delta State University in Mississippi, right? And I just read this article, and this kid is being hung right in the middle of campus.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the middle of campus, and they're saying there's no foul play whatsoever. It could be true, but it seems odd. And the parents haven't heard any information whatsoever from the police. And supposedly, you might have a contact person or something that you put on your emergency contact forms. So he may have put like his grandparents on there, but now like they told the grandparents like one thing that he was found in his room, but the police saying, "No, we didn't tell him that." And I don't know, bro. Just the overall climate with this Charlie Kirk going on, man. And now you find a kid hanging in Mississippi, of all places, on a college campus, the same place Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I don't know if a message is trying to be sent, if this is some type of retaliation measure, if this is what? Lynching? What do you guys think when you hear this story? Just with all the information that I just gave you, let me get your thoughts.
I'm truly saddened by it that in 2025 that a black male is being hung, period. You know what I'm saying?
But
That
they're
like
saying he committed suicide. He said there was no foul play. Said there was no foul play.
Well, I don't know on that. You know what I'm saying? Because the climate of this world, it can be, has there really thoroughly been an investigation to figure out what was going on? Because I've also heard that he was in and had a very heated argument with somebody the night before. That people seeing him arguing with somebody. So you don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate to hear one way, and I truly would hate to hope that there was nothing that could have been that serious for that young man to take his own life. You know, that man, that's deep, man. That something bothers you to that point that you would go take your own life, and to take your own life like that, like to climb
yourself from
yourself on a tree. That's a little different.
Do that sound right, Bone? When you hear that,
It doesn't. It doesn't sound right.
It does not sound right at all. And for me, I think that's the biggest thing. I haven't read up on it enough, but at the end of the day, what you see is there was someone that was hung at the end of the day. And that, in a lot of cases, is enough for me to make things very uncomfortable and very, you question everything with the thought of what you left with. You know what I mean? I don't think that, me personally, I don't think that
there's a part of me that does think like this too, though. Would the government actually lie about this? Would the coroner lie about this? Would government officials and police departments and police chiefs and university directors lied about something like that and say that there was no
I
fraud.
ask you, I ask you this question to your question. Has that been a history? Have there been lies that's been told all through history on in these same type of situations? So that
Probably, but do you still think that right now today that
what
they
has
would
changed?
come together and a lot a lot
What
has changed, a lot is still the same, but a lot has changed though, bro. Like a
so
lot has changed.
have men lying changed? Have people lying changed? That has not
This is
changed.
a big
So, so
bro. This is a
why would
big
we expect differently? I mean, I would have to. I mean, I guess these type of questions we don't know this young man or know what was going on. So that would be something that I'm pretty sure the family could probably would feel a certain way about of knowing if there was any indications or they talk to him. If they don't feel like that he had, committed suicide, man, it's kind of hard to disagree with what they feel because
I want to know what dad thinks though, bro. Because he's saying listen to Nina Simone's Strange Fruit. And him looking at this situation, right? Okay, so he's saying, has America changed? And I would honestly, with this one, I would concede to what dad is saying here. Because like he got a lot of information and I like his view. I like how he can see this situation to say, yeah, I've seen this thing happen before and I can see it happening now. Because Bone, when you hear this, right, and it's a possibility that the police can come together with the university director and the coroner and all come together and say, hey, man, they might come together and say, listen, the racial climate in America is too dangerous right now for us to announce this lynching. You gotta
exactly.
say that this kid had no broken bones. But how are they gonna get that off when the family sees them?
And
They
why
ain't
does
let the
broken
family see
bones
the
mean?
body yet, I don't think.
Why does
And
broken
what is
bones mean that he wasn't that he wasn't lynched?
It
That's the
doesn't
only way
mean
to
that.
tell.
But that's
and
what they're saying though. Like that's the information that I'm reading. They keep putting that as and they're saying no injuries are on the body consistent with being beaten. So can you think of another way that they would be able to actually get him and do something like that without physically harming him first?
I think that there's plenty of ways that they could have potentially did something to him without them physically breaking his bone. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that that's why it's imperative that people closer to the matter get a chance, like his family and loved ones, get an opportunity to assess and get
Examining.
because I mean, just knowing the little things that can happen, they don't never necessarily even have to subdue them. You can get knocked out by certain gas putting on your face, whatever the case may be, to
You
get you
right.
to put you in a
You
vulnerable
right.
position, and
You are absolutely right,
that
man. That
doesn't
was a
necessarily
cold
mean
point.
that you. It doesn't necessarily. Yeah, and my whole point is you don't have to necessarily be beaten to be put into a
To be
position.
lynched,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
He
I think
just
that it's
slipped something in your drink, shot you, walked past, stuck you with something. There's many ways. I mean, that's how. I mean, that goes on. So I mean, I don't that for them to just come out with that to say that that even sounds more cover up-ish to me
Man, it's
because
a lot
that's
of
the
cover up
first thing that's
conspiracy, man. Oh my god, man.
see, that's the thing. I think
Yeah.
you got to read. Well, one is you got to read up on all the stuff, which I'll be the first to say I haven't. So I sort of reserve what my judgment will be until I get to hear
More
more.
information. The data
Yeah,
set.
I think that is what the details will be more. It'll give you more to understand what happened and what didn't happen. And even then, if you're not around that situation and real close to it, you won't know, because I guarantee you what we're getting is part of, or not completely, what people down there is saying.
All right. So look, what do you think? What would be the reaction if it comes back that this whole thing is a lie? Boom. They lied. They wanted to cover it up to like control.
What you mean if it's a lie?
Control. Like if they do their own investigation and they say, no way, this kid was definitely had some kind of chemical put over his face. They knocked him out, took him there, and somebody else did it, that he was actually lynched. In this climate, like, what do you expect to happen?
In this climate, I wouldn't expect that to come out like that. I don't think, because I think it could be, you know, George Floyd times 10 times 100.
All right.
That's
what I'm saying.
And I don't think that
so is it better for them to say that? Is it better for them to say that instead of, I mean, saying what really happened, but then the reaction to it could be crazy? It's like, oh, now it's a war going back and forth. Charlie Kirk, now we lynch somebody. Now it's this. Now, like, is it better for them to stop hysteria by telling the lie?
But that's what they've already chosen to do was to if it is that, was to tell a lie. But will it stop, or what will happen? I mean, well, maybe some black folks choose to fight back, right, and you have a few riots or something like that. But what really is going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Nothing. We got to prepare ourselves, and we have to be very cautious in as black men and black people, period, in this society and in the climate of what we're doing now. You got to be careful with how you move and how things are going on. The way that they have tried to make this, and I don't even want to keep speaking on dude, but the Charlie Kirk and how they have made this climate to try to make him a martyr and even compare him to the Dr. Kings and this and that. It goes back to what we talked about when I talked about with Donald Trump compared to Barack Obama. They always try to take our finest and want to compare their lowest to our finest as if they are equal. And that's not, and it's messed up, man. I mean, I feel for this family, and I feel it should be more spoken about this, about someone being whatever happened with finding him, and that's why they don't want to talk about it more. So they just say it was a suicide to try to sweep it under the rug. So now we're not going to talk about it being more, because if it's true, if it was a lynching and that gets to really make it mainstream news and this and that, they still going to try to sweep it under the rug and not talk too much about it. It'll be briefly said and then gone.
It's saying that's one of the urgencies for the press conference. They haven't talked to the family. I want to find this little passage here.
But like Pop said, every year in some place in the USA there are incidents like this, and nothing will happen, and that's the truth. I mean, we done had Trayvon's, George Floyd's. It's constantly been these type of incidents. You know, they talked about for a little bit of time, and then it's just moved on from.
This passage right here says the family does not know exactly what happened on September the 15th. We're seeking answers from Delta State University. We're seeking answers from the coroner's office. How is it that the family doesn't know exactly what happened?
Because the coroner's office hasn't told them whatever the true findings are. And that stuff is probably be hid in some type of paperwork. There probably would be two reports. One that's accurate and the one that they putting out.
Well,
Man,
we'll
but
know more. They said there is a video. So there is a video that they have because this happened in the middle of campus. So they've got surveillance cameras everywhere. There is something that I
exactly.
this is something that I've always wondered, right? Why, when they show surveillance cameras, it's never clear. There's never just a clear, perfect video like this video that we got up. It's always some heavily distorted black and white grainy video. Why is that? I don't understand.
Because surveillance videos are great videos, and
That's
they
so
got to
stupid.
record for. Well, it's probably at the end of the day, it's a cost measure.
Man,
Because if you're gonna pay for 4K video to be running 24 hours a
not
day,
4K, not 4K.
well, no,
Not
I'm just saying if you want it to be at
It's got to
say
be better.
4K.
It's got to be better. It's got to be broadcast quality at least. Like this. Look, these videos that they got.
No, I'm saying that cost though. If you were going to run that for 24, because that's what surveillance is 24 hours surveillance. That
I
costs
know,
money.
but they need to.
Most people aren't going to pay for that. I know when you if you look, if you
This
get
is all like made up costs though. It's made up costs.
No,
So
it's not.
It's made up. Yeah. Well, how does it get cheaper? How does it get cheaper? So
No,
look, with 4K,
I was just want to ask you,
hold on.
if you
When
want to
4K,
let me ask you something. If you get a Ring or whatever the home security system you have,
mm-hmm.
you are going to pay for the grainy video. Then that's going to be one cost.
On a college campus, I'm not talking about a
The
Ring
cost
video.
is still going to be.
But you got students on there, people getting college campuses. A lot of mischief is happening on college campuses. You have the low end,
but guess
security
what?
system to me is like that's something you got to pay for, man. I mean, better than the grainy stuff that we seeing from the kid that shot Charlie Kirk.
They're not going to pay all kind of money for that because guess what? They don't expect those type of. They don't want
They don't expect.
Well, not they don't care.
Why have them at all?
I'll tell you the real truth.
Why have them at all? Why have a surveillance camera?
So when something happens, they can say we did care enough to have.
But you can't see who it is.
Don't matter. Don't matter.
That's stupid. It's stupid. It's a waste. It's a waste. You're getting something that's really not effective.
You want to know why? You want to know why it's not a waste?
Some of them they catch people, but all of them they be looking like.
But you want to know why it's a waste? When you and your family go up there to visit, and they say we have 24-hour surveillance going on our campus, and you have never got to worry about something because if something does happen, we'll be able to let you know what happened, and you'll say, "Oh my goodness, that is awesome," and you'll feel comforted
and they never
secure.
Put out video
and
either. They put out like the
no, but I'm saying
video.
that's why they have it, and you're gonna feel more secure knowing that they have 24 hours.
It's a lie, though.
It's not a lie. They do have 24-hour surveillance.
It's like it's not good, you know.
So my thing to that is if you have it and you saying because it is supposed to be there. So that something happens that you can, if there was a crime committed, you can solve the crime and all that type of stuff. And if you don't have quality video to show you what it is, that is really pointless. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to have it if you can't actually use it to do what you're saying, to protect your campus, to protect from violence or any type of act happening on campus, that we have the video, that we seen this. So now you got the video and it's all groggy and you can't see nothing. What was the purpose? So now that might, like you said, Bone, that might sound good to tell somebody to say that, but then when something actually happens and the application got to take place, you got a problem. Because now you didn't, you can say, play on the words like, oh, we do have it, but it's pointless if it cannot help you solve the crime. So now with his loved ones, if you tell them we got 24-hour surveillance and he gets hung in the middle of campus, and you got cameras all around, and now you don't have no cameras that can that got it on tape, man, you did lie. You did lie.
And
I mean,
they found him in the morning. They found him at 7:04 in the morning. And this happened to him in the middle of the night. So we'll see how good the video turns up.
I think it highlights the reality of what is what on these college campuses. It's very unfortunate. But when you look at what happened on the University of Virginia's campus, when they had a shooting out on the campus, none of them were able to produce quality video footage of what happened, despite having surveillance. The University of Virginia, that's a prestigious school.
I mean, for these to be institutions of learning, this is the stupidest stuff that could ever be going on. Listen, you just said Virginia Tech just had a shooting. Hold on, wait. Virginia Tech just had a shooting. Okay. No, they couldn't produce any video because it was so bad. After that, that should be a message to all the other colleges. Hey, bro, this is a school shooting climate for like crazy right now.
But what
upgrade
I'm
our video surveillance, bro. So, it's gonna cost too much money, bro. You want to deter people from coming. You want to catch the people when they do it, and all of that. Like,
you want to know something?
I don't understand why colleges would say something costs too. And some of this stuff, look, bro. Honestly, most things are made up cost. It's just value that you set on.
You can say that.
Look,
but I'm trying to get
the something that me and you both agree on. Okay, me and you both agree on. If I say this remote costs $50 and you say no, it don't, it costs $1, then we don't got a clear value on this at all. You know. So the point is,
you got to know the difference, bro. On these, what I'm saying, because the reality is what most people don't want to hear. Those things, when they happen, that isn't the money for college. What I guarantee you, I guarantee you this: no one's going to walk into, say, for instance, one of these.
About 4K. I'm talking about videos in 4K. These videos.
You're not letting me finish. What I was saying was,
they changed the price on them.
The video is one thing.
Nothing but a made up value on what 4K costs. This is electronics. It's clarity. It costs a lot now, but when the next thing come out, what 4K don't cost that much no more. Why? I thought it cost that much. No, it don't.
I was gonna land.
It's a made up price.
I'm gonna land. Whether that's subjective, but what I guarantee you, no one is going into the horseshoe and blowing nothing up. You want to know why? Because that's where it is. If someone gets shot on a college campus, then unfortunately, those lives that are lost, the reality of the situation is that's the cost of doing business. But you know what isn't? Having someone hurt at one of those stadiums where someone is going into, I guarantee you the video quality would be A1. If you had someone going into the Dean Dome in North Carolina, you'll have someone. If something was to happen to there, they'll have someone nabbed immediately.
I don't think that's right. I think that's wrong.
I'm not talking about what's right. I'm talking about what's real, and what's real is green money. And if you don't understand,
I know that's wrong.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's
and
real.
I don't even say that that's real. No, it's not real. It's the way somebody's making it. That doesn't have to be real. That's only like the approach. To me, that's fake.
What are you talking about?
It's hate. It's wrong. You can't like put more value on some game than you do the students that are making all this stuff possible. Like, what's happening? Like, and then, like, I to me,
have you ever been?
Have you ever been video? That's just the point. That's the point. I don't want to get into.
Have you? No, I'm just asking you a question.
No, I'm saying like me, like giving some big speech about it all. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't. That's wrong. You know that that's wrong, right?
I'm not talking about right or wrong.
Surveillance.
I'm talking about reality. Have you ever been up? Have you been up to the Horseshoe on a Saturday?
No, but I can imagine. I've been to a Laker game. I've been to a big boy game. So I know what you're saying. It's lit.
No,
and
I'm
they
saying
have
college.
good kids.
No, I'm saying college
Oh,
campuses.
college.
If you see the level of security at those events,
Yeah.
it will shock you.
But Bone,
You'll never see that on a college campus outside of those games.
but I ask you this question, Bone. Do you think a college, regardless of if it's sports related or just regular students, want any violence to take place because of what that would do to make their school look bad, and how that will now affect the bottom line of, like you said, it's about green. Now you're gonna have kids, you'll have people not wanting to come to the school because of they're thinking it's a threat of violence and this going on. So that affects the money that comes into the school because now you don't have students coming in.
My honest opinion on that, I think if you have any type of violence on a college campus, i.e., a school shooting, I don't think that reflects badly on the school. I think that I don't. I think that is easily separated or differentiated from that that school. Whoever was the perpetrator of that crime, they don't necessarily link that to that school. It may be a scary situation. I think enrollment, like to use Virginia as the example, I think after that school shooting, their enrollment went up. They had so much.
Why though? Why? That don't. I mean,
I'm
why
not
would
saying
somebody
that.
send
I'm
their
not
kid to
saying
that
that it was
school now?
because of the school shooting, but I'm saying that it doesn't have a negative impact
But
on the
I'm saying the
when
fact
they
that
have
that's the
stuff like
truth.
that.
If what you're saying is true, and I'm saying to me that is
I can't
like
verify
I
it
don't
right off,
understand
but I
what people are
think they
trying to
did
prove by sending your kids to a school that just had a school shooting there. I mean, I can see
because
say,
I
oh,
don't
well,
think that they because I don't think that anyone is going to make a connection between the school shooting and the overall safety for students on that campus. If there was
I
a,
think so.
I, what I can say, I don't think if someone, say for instance, they had a school shooting at O State, I don't think that and for that matter, any of these big schools, I don't think that it's going to have a negative impact on enrollment for kids coming to those schools. I just don't. I can't verify.
Will said, what about an
So
HBCU?
I, they're neither. They're neither because I think that a lot of kids that will go to a HBCU, they want to go regardless. I don't think that a school shooting is going to necessarily impact
it
negatively or positively. So I don't know.
it negatively does because I saw that happen at TSU. We had a shooting in the dorm, and it definitely had a very negative effect on what took place as far as the school. And even with Virginia Tech here, it says that the next couple years that the shooting was in 2007. The
Not
next
by
few
Tech,
years,
Virginia,
that's
Virginia,
what I said. I
not
said
by Tech,
Virginia Tech. Oh,
not Virginia
oh,
Tech, Virginia, Virginia.
okay.
They had the school shooting
What did it
recently.
say about Virginia Tech though?
Virginia Tech that they had a drop in enrollment for a few years, and then ultimately it started to come back after the shooting.
They got shootings in Virginia, Virginia Tech. Wow.
Yeah, so now I definitely seen it affect HBCUs because it definitely. And matter of fact, it was a shooting in the dorm room that year, and then it was a shooting at a party that was off campus, and it definitely had a tremendous effect on what took place at the school. There was some drop off in enrollment, and it was also just the bad publicity that came to the school because that was national news about what took place. So a lot of people felt that it wasn't safe. And part of Tennessee State was right there in the hood of Nashville and all that stuff. And now those neighborhoods have been regentrified and changed. So they look a little different now too. So that's something that's still an effect off of something like that happening.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't
We'll
saying
see, man. We'll
it's
see. We'll
right
see.
or
They
wrong. I don't know though. I wouldn't have thought that out the gate for a HBCU, but I definitely wouldn't think that for a bigger school, especially when you talk about the schools that have the yearly or annual enrollment of schools like like Ohio State. They're just so big that I don't think that something like that will have a negative impact on the students that would come there. But maybe wrong. I doubt
This
it.
news article says that Vanessa Jones criticized Delta State University and the Bolivar County officials, telling Mississippi Free Press that both had left the Reed family completely in the dark after the discovery of Trey Reed's body, failing to properly communicate with them in their darkest moments. And it said the media knew about Trey's death before the family did. So they told the media.
Wow.
They told the media that the kid was dead before the family. How does that happen?
And ultimately, man, this is whenever you have anything like this to take place, it's just bad publicity and bad things happening at your university is going to affect you in some form or fashion. It's going to affect something. It may affect who wants to partner with you. Yeah.
Hold on. Well, listen to this though. Check this. Hold on. Go ahead and keep talking. I want to find this one part because go ahead.
You're gonna turn keep on.
My bad.
It all. I mean, when you have that type of bad things that take place, and it's going to hurt the brand completely in some form or fashion because it's a negative look. It's negative. It's negativity and something that's terrible that's taking place, and especially that. So I don't think that it's going. It may be looked upon a little differently if something happened at a sporting event, but it's going to be something that's going to be all over the news, just like all these shootings at schools were all over the news for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to stop. And it would just, it would be more. It would be a lot said at a sporting event. So it's just not. It's not a good look in no form or fashion at all. You know, and you hate what.
The thing, and not to cut you off, Ray, as far as the point I was making about at a big school at a sporting event, I wasn't saying that be a negative look. What I was saying was the level of security and like law enforcement and video. I'm saying there's a different level of security in that if something were to happen, you're not going to get grainy video if it happened at a place like the Horseshoe or at the Dean Dome.
Yeah.
You're going to have clear video and you're going to know what happened at one of those, as opposed to something happening.
Right, but that's disrespectful to the students that go to school every
day.
day.
No, the difference of that also, like Bone, your point is correct on that. But one thing that you're not talking about, it may not be just that the grainy video there. So if you at a sporting event, you got whoever televising the games, you got their type of camera system, you got that, you got a lot everybody in there with cell phones that you're going to get something that's of more of a quality, and that's why that take place. But what we looking at is saying that it should still, what's the purpose of having this security system on campus if that's when it's needed to solve a crime? You can't use.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Though that was my point, and my point is that unfortunately, it is clear, and universities make it very clear to not only the students but to everyone else involved that's willing to look at the reality, is that they're going to invest where the money is. The reason why they're going to have that level of security, those venues. It's like, say, for instance, I keep using Ohio State because we're here in Ohio. That is a money maker. That is a place where they're making millions and millions of dollars.
The institution
Hold on.
The college itself, the college campus is making more money than. You don't think the college campus is making more than the stadium?
Have you seen the Big Ten TV deal? No, they're not. And look at what
I don't know.
They're
making that much money.
No, it's not even a mic. It's not even a mic. And that's why I'm saying
makes more than the tuition.
Huh?
Sports makes more than the tuition.
Yes.
I'm saying like on average, because it's some universities,
I'm not even saying
Ohio State, but when
would
we
say
talk about
yes. When you
most
say
colleges, certainly
yes,
not, right?
and it
Most
makes
colleges,
sense.
no.
I'm not saying most colleges. That's why I'm saying in the case of these big schools that are affiliated with these
No,
Power
but
Five conferences,
I'm
they
talking
have
about all
profit.
colleges, bro. I'm talking about all colleges, even a college like, let's take a college
I'm
like
not.
Ball State. Okay. Does the sports at Ball State make more than the tuition?
I don't know. I don't know, but I know that in a lot of
What
cases,
about what
even
about
at a
what
MAC school,
about
the athletic in a
cuz
lot of
what about
cases are
Western
funding.
Illinois? What about Western Illinois, cuz?
Definitely not.
No, but
Does what
no.
about
But what I'm
UD?
saying,
What about University of Dayton? Does their sports program make more than the tuition of the students?
at UD,
No.
So
possibly
why would
their
UD
basketball.
have
So
a better camera surveillance at
Be-
the UD arena than they do on their campus when just because
because
both of them are making money? Like
okay, so
the students make more, so the surveillance should be there by that logic. Wherever's more money is being made, that's where the best surveillance should be. But it's
I will
not
put
like
it.
that.
I will put
All
it
the
like this.
university arenas probably got better surveillance than actual
I'll
schools.
put it like this, so you can put it in the proper perspective. I wouldn't even go as far
Okay,
as
look at Will. Good job, Will.
I wouldn't even go as far as trying to say UD. But I guarantee you this: if you go to Yale or you go to Harvard, the video surveillance on campus, it would be more along the lines of what you're asking about. If you go to Ohio State, when you look at the Schottenstein Center or the basketball place or where they play football, that is where you're going to see the high grade video system. You want to know why? Because that investment is
okay.
significantly higher there.
This is
Let-
government. Does the government own Ohio State University?
let
There,
me chime let me chime in
No.
for a second on the money that was made. So that because I was just looking this up while y'all was talking. So it says that Ohio State football for over last year generated it made $111.6 million. Ohio State University for the fiscal year is going to make 10.4 billion. So the
there's
sports
no
is not.
reason why the arena should be better surveilled than the college campus, because the college campus is bringing in 10 billion compared to
And
111 million.
That's
and my
okay.
and my
Well,
And you mean to
and
tell
my
me that they can't
I'll-
they get 10.4 billion and they telling me that the surveillance is too expensive for them to maintain is ridiculous. They can invent their own surveillance in 8K with all their resources. So for that,
so and the
the
reason that I say that you're going to
I
get
won't
more
even
at
argue that if
the
that's what you'll say. Go ahead.
you get more at the athletic event because I don't think it's just necessarily the surveillance that you're getting in the arena. I don't think that is going to be so. You're getting more because you got people in there with cameras. You got the TV deals in there with their cameras in it. So there's more cameras as far as things that can be caught. Everybody in there with cell phones. You got there's too many cameras in there for anybody to get away with something without something getting caught by something. More than just the surveillance cameras that's on college.
All kind of stuff. The airport. It's a lot of businesses that carry, and what Bone is saying is true though. The reason why it's not at a better
If that is
quality
the case,
is just
if
because
that is
it's
the
cheap.
case, what the stat that Rangers said is true, that makes it even more clear. The investment. I'm not remove every CBS, Fox, whatever. What I am my argument is there's still better security equipment around the horseshoe, minus every cell phone, minus
Right.
every TV entity, than what they have on
I
campus.
think so.
I would guarantee, I would be willing to
think
bet
so
money
too.
on that. And that's my point.
because
And the
because the
reason
people who are
is
coming to the horseshoe
biggest
are not
investment.
they're more than just students. They can't control them like that. So what you're saying is right. And all them people coming to the horseshoe,
That's my whole point.
they drink it.
That's
Right.
my
I
whole
know.
point.
I understand where you're coming from. I see what you're saying, but I'm still telling you for them to be thinking like that is wrong. You gotta
My
like
whole
protect
point
the
was
kids
it's
on
not about
campus.
wrong.
My point is
It's
just saying they
about
got to
money.
protect the kids on campus to the very best of their ability, and I don't want to hear money as a reason why they don't. Because to me, that is ridiculous. It's like stop. Don't even say that. Just say something else. Say it don't exist or something.
What would you
Don't
want
say
them to
we don't got
say?
the money. I want them to say that. Damn, bro, I have you right. We need to do better. That's what I want them to say. We need
I
to
would
get
be
better surveillance.
I would be very interested to see what would be the difference of the camera systems, to see if there is a difference that's around the horseshoe as opposed to what's just generally on campus. To see that, because Ohio State being that type of university, you got to think they got a hospital, they have a whole lot of things there that's also things that just of research centers and things like that that are not just general stuff to the public. So I would be very interested to see what is the difference of the quality of surveillance systems depending on where you at on campus. And so that would be generally so. All right,
And
man.
this is Delta State University too, so they
Right.
probably
So we
don't
don't
got
know.
the budget. They don't got the budget of Ohio State for sure. So they camera quality off rip is gonna be
It's
tough.
not too. It's not too many schools that's gonna have what Ohio State have. Ohio State is
Right.
one of the largest universities in the country. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, at one point in time, I know they probably had the most students, more students than anybody in the country. So but I still, man, it makes no sense, regardless of for Delta State not to for a kid to be hung on campus, and you have no way of seeing or knowing what took place and what happened. It's no excuse for that in 2025.
They got a video, so the video will come out soon enough, and then we'll see. This is if we was to have to pick which one would we had rather happen for him to have hurt himself or somebody else to hurt him. It's too tough. It's bad either way. So either way, whatever happens,
I think all those schools, everything at the end of the day, it's a reality check as to what it is. Not about right or wrong. I think the common thread when you think about what happened with Charlie Kirk, it happened on a college campus. They didn't have good video. This happened with this young man on this college campus. They didn't have good video. It's not about what's right and what's
There's
wrong.
been some video that came out from Charlie Kirk that's been some pretty good video of some stuff. They haven't talked about it a lot, but there's definitely been some video that came out with some some quality video.
Everything I've seen,
but they catching it,
didn't have
but it's not
good
surveillance. What you talking about?
They didn't
The
have
cell
no good
phone
surveillance
videos and
video of that.
Yeah.
their
dude.
stuff.
It wasn't on
But
the
what Bone is
surveillance. It
saying is
wasn't on
exactly right. How finish your point, bro? I want to hear what you was about to say.
No, I was just saying that across all these events, there is a consistency that you're not the expectation clearly amongst college campuses is this isn't something that they're going to invest a lot of money in. And if they're not, if the consensus is they should be able to have very clear video. My argument it was from the beginning that costs a lot of money. Y'all saying the money that they bring in, it shouldn't be nothing to put a lot of money into a high quality video surveillance system. I don't believe that's the case. I think that costs a lot of money. Y'all say it, it might be a huge, like that's part of doing business. They should have that if they're at a college campus.
Why do they have to store the footage? Because the only thing that would cost money is the
I'm not saying
storage. Hold on, wait. What? Let me say.
I don't know.
The thing-
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you. Listen, they don't have to store all of this video forever. They can say, listen, this video will be much better, but we will only be able to store it for a week. After that, it's deleted. So if you got something that happened to you within this point period of time, bruh, let us know within a week. Other than that, it could be gone, or it might change to grainy. We might compress the video, store it, and like make it smaller so it costs less to store. Because the only thing
on a
that's
college
costing
campus,
here is the storage of the 4K. The actual
but to hear that-
video shot don't cost
But to
more.
hear that,
The cameras cost more. That's a one-time buy, and then the recording, the storage, and then delete it or compress it or something.
I don't know how any of that works, but the first thing I think about what you just said in a college campus is terrible, because the first thing I think about is young females, and if something happened and you're saying all you can do is have this video for 1 week, what if someone comes back?
Compress it. I said compress it. I did
But
say delete it. Then I said no, don't do that. Compress it. Make it smaller so it's easier to store. Look, I mean,
I'm just saying. Any of that, I would
I'm trying to think of a middle ground for the university to be able to produce high quality video, yet not have this long-term cost of storing heavy files. So what they can do is keep it available for a period of time. I don't know how long they can afford to do it. Do it as much as you can afford. Hold it, and then after that, compress it down to the type of videos that you have now. And then so you'll be sticking with your budget right now, long term. But in the intermediate, get good video. You're a college.
And your position is that
they're paying you money for something. They barely getting an education. There's a lot of people that's, I mean, like, man, get them kids.
I think we are naive, all of us, as to what all of the costs associated with running a university are. If you think that they would cut corners, and I think they will on some things, but I think that it's all a balance. That, I mean, they're trying to make money.
It's a lot of violence happening on these campuses, and for them to keep saying they don't expect it to happen on theirs is
I don't think that they're saying they don't.
Is negligent. It is, man. How is it not negligent not to provide? Bro, these are institutions, man. They have to be held to a high standard. When you got kids living on your campus, you're accepting literally 50s to 60 thousands of dollars per year per student.
Right.
Bro, like, it don't cost them. I just told them what to do. This will work. I mean, the concept that I'm talking about will work. And it's easy for me to just think of that quick. Come on now. They can, and I know,
but that does cost though, bro. That's all I'm saying. My only
cost, but they have to do it because it's
my point on this to the university
are hanging on by a string and are about to close their doors.
And if they can't properly surveil their university, they need to. If that's part of the game, that's part of the cost of doing your business. If you can't properly surveil your campus, you need to close.
I don't think that's the attitude or position you should take, because based on that, there are a lot of HBCUs that will be closed tomorrow.
Go ahead, combine. The two that need to close.
What you mean
might
combine?
need to come together and combine and get stronger. Unite. If you weak, unite with somebody else that can like help hold you up.
Bro,
all I'm saying
don't
is,
work like that.
Bro, all I'm talking about, I know
Central
State HBCUs got problems and so on and so forth. But even with them, I'm sorry to maybe a black man or whatever, man. But bruh, you got to be able to have proper surveillance on your universities. HBCUs included. Like, they big boys too. They're grown men too. They have to get it done. They got to get it done. And like I said, you don't have to store this high quality video forever. Store it for a particular point of time and then compress it down. You have to give out a job to somebody or a couple of students to like do this. It's not that much. You just take the heavy files and then compress them and then store them for as long as they store video. How long do you have to store video on a university? It's not forever.
So I think so. We kind of wrap this one. Y'all both got good points on there. My point of the situation was that why have it if you're not going to be able to use it? That was my whole point on it. I can understand the cutting the costs and all this and that, but if it comes to a point that you need it and you can't use it, you might as well cut the cost and just not have it at all, as opposed to having something that is null and void when it's necessary and applicable. But y'all both had good points on that. So the football game just ended. So because the Bills won, so you had your first victory for the week. So you can go ahead and we chalked that one up for you. You started the week off good with a good victory. So now let's go ahead and go into our for shits and giggles and go ahead and wrap up the show. Who wants to start off? We gonna make Bones start it off again, so he can't piggyback off nobody.
It's no piggybacking. It's the same thing all week. Hey, I'm heading out west in a couple hours, baby. It's all about. I told y'all on Tuesday. It's about. Hey, I'm hitting Vegas. I'm going out. It'll be what 22 years, and we doing it up. I'm not going to a Chris Brown concert. I guess everybody else that's coming with us are they're going to a Chris Brown concert. I think they already out there, and that ain't my thing. So yeah, but it's all about vibes. Me and my girl, we about to have a good time. We pre-gaming, and we gonna be on the flight. We gonna be on the bird by what 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, man. I'm out west, man. You know what it is.
Man, congratulations to y'all. Happy anniversary. Enjoy yourself and do it up big for the anniversary.
Where y'all staying, bro?
The Alara.
Okay. Hilton. All right.
Hilton Alara.
Man, they got one. As soon as you get to Vegas, man, it's slot
that's
machines.
The only place I
airport.
stay at out there now because we owners out there. And that's the only drawback to having a place out there is that I don't have a casino where I stay. But neither one of us really gamble, but I like to hear the noise.
Man, I cannot gamble. I can't do it, bro. It's just for some reason it's just not a part of my makeup at all, bro.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the casino at all.
I've never been to
the casino. Millie got kicked out. She complained so much that dude gave her a few chips and told her to leave. So it's bad.
Exactly. Right. Dang. Oh, I got a crazy for shits and giggles. I haven't started laughing about it yet, but I will one day.
Wow.
I guess, bro. I had to buy a new press because I had two presses, got them fixed. Well, two of my presses broke, got them fixed, and the exact same thing that I got repaired broke again. The same exact thing on both of them. So I'm like, bro,
was it the first time that it happened?
Yeah. But I put a lot of work in on these presses, though. I mean, I've had them for probably 7 years. The oldest one is probably like 7 years, and man, they work every day. Work. So, but I got another press, which is really good. It's real good. Same kind that I had. So That was sweet, but that shit was like, oh my God, bro. And not, you know what? There's never a good time for something to actually break down on you.
Not
You
in
know,
this.
it's never a good time. You're like, man, you always like, why did this have to happen now? But I don't think that it could ever be a time where you didn't think that. Like, oh, it's a good time for this to happen.
How often do you do press versus what is it?
Screen
Screen
printing.
Is it
Well, now I like direct to film printing a lot better. And that is it's heat press applied, but it's limitless colors. They got the feeling really good now. So and it's good. They hold up well in the washer. So I like pressing a lot more. Screen printing, I think that it'll become outdated just because of the process of it. Not unless you're doing like high volume, like 500 shirts, 1,000 shirts, 3,000, crazy numbers. I really, yeah, because once you start getting like 500-600 shirts, you don't want to be pressing that many. That's too much. I mean, that's working. So you want to put it on the automatic
do
press.
you
So
still do vinyl at all?
no, that to me is
Okay.
for crafting. People that do like now I was doing a lot of vinyl, but now that direct to film is out, it's like it beats vinyl now. Like there's no reason for vinyl. The vinyl process of weeding and peeling vinyl
Yeah.
and waiting for it to cut, it's unnecessary. It's crazy. And you got to do it one color at a time and layer them on top of each other when DTF is just unlimited for shits and giggles. Man, I wanted to wear our what you call it, bro. I wanted to look at that, bro. Put it on.
That's why I was trying to bring it up so you can go ahead and get the shameless plug and show what you're doing, man.
But look at the colors on that though, bro. You see that?
Yeah, that looks good. That looks real good. I need a hat, cuz. Let me know what
I
it
got
is. I
the
need
hat
to get it.
too. Oh, man, bro. I had on I got some sweet hats on deck for us. I got the trucker caps, some player stuff. I had on I have our t-shirt hats and stuff. But yeah, I got us. We'll get us some
All right.
sweet hats too for shits and giggles.
All right. So I'm a finish it out with a for shits and giggles. So it's yeah, definitely part for the shits, but definitely a giggle or something that not even a giggle, something that really made my day today, man. So as we all know, mom has been struggling with Alzheimer's, and she hasn't said my name to long time. And today I was sitting here at the house, and her and pops was in the other room, and she said, "Ring me, ring me." And when I say, man, that has made my day, and I've been smiling ever since, man. Just so happy, just because it's been a long while since she went through that. She called me little boy for a while and everything, but I hadn't heard her say ring me in a very long time, man. And it made my day today.
So
So
what happened when she said your name? What you do?
and I went running.
Right.
went running into the room to see what was going on, and she asked me what I was doing. So
She asked you what you was doing.
yeah, what you doing? So that made my day, man. Made my day. That is
That
truly
is so cool, bro.
made my
Yeah.
day today. And she said my name like 3 times, and I went to running in the room, man. So that's for me today, man. I'm happy and be able to go home and sleep peacefully tonight because it's doing her mom say my name.
Man, glory be to the Most High, man. Real stuff, bro. Real stuff, bro. Yes. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's fire. That's like the best one, bro. We can't top that, man. We're gonna end it right there, man. Boom. Happy anniversary, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's so fire, bro. You are.
Hold on,
Let me give you some flowers, bro. Honestly, man, you are a great dad. You are a man of integrity. You've been with your wife for 22 years, bro, and you just a strong man, an intelligent king, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to give you your flowers on that because it's
Likewise.
very
Salute.
difficult. It's very difficult to mesh with somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? And sacrifice and put yourself second and just be a husband and be a father like that, bro. So, you know, man, you
I
doing a
want to
great
give
job, bro.
I want to give her flowers for dealing with his ass for 22 years.
I'm just
True.
listening to all
That's
that,
true,
man.
too. That's true.
That's who need the flowers.
Yeah.
Man, she went it every day. Every day is Christmas around. That's how it goes.
Happy anniversary to y'all, and hopefully, Will. Well, I don't know if you saw the comment. Will just said you stand at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch. I hope that ain't true.
Bro, get some of them tacos. Get the tacos, bro. When you go to Vegas.
What are you talking about?
They have these tacos in Vegas. It's like
do you have the name of the establishment?
I'm gonna see if I can think. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna see if I can find
He
the
said,
name
just go to Las Vegas and find a taco.
Like Taco Bell
you're
or
gonna be right there on the
El
strip.
Rancho Grande. Which one?
I'm saying I would definitely indulge. You just have to let me know
bro,
what
they are so good. Nobody in there speaks English, but it's so crowded in there. It's like really like going, but everybody just in there.
Okay,
eating.
so nobody speaks English. So what did you say to get your food? What racially sensitive comment did you make?
You just walk up and tell them what you want, but they don't really. They understand what you're saying, but they don't communicate back with you to like solidify your order.
Okay,
right?
so we closing out. So tell me how you ordered your food. Tell me how you ordered your food.
Shit, I don't want to lie. I don't remember exactly, but I just went to the front and was like, I want 5 tacos or whatever I said.
He was like,
yeah, I said no onions. Bro, the food is so good. I bet you, man, y'all in the comment section. Have y'all been to Vegas and been to the most lit taco place in Vegas? And I bet you people know what I'm talking about.
If you hear the name, are you going to know what it is?
No.
Never mind, man. Never mind. How can it be that lit? You don't even have a clue what the name is.
I'm gonna find the name of it. I'm gonna find the name of it and send it to you.
Please do it. I mean, it sounds like a great place to go.
Shit, man, the food is so good, bro.
It couldn't have been that good.
I went twice.
And you don't know the name of it.
And then I had them both. I went there both times I went. Fire. When you go there, y'all
were you inebriated?
Y'all can eat in there real quick, but get you like 3 extra tacos to take home with you.
None of this is helping me because you don't know the name.
I'm going to send you the name, dude. What's wrong with you?
I've never been to Vegas.
Gave you a compliment and you still trying to get into it with me.
Because you done told me that this food is so fire and I need to go to this place. And you don't know the name of it.
Give you the name. Let me look this name up, bro. Hold on. I'll give you the name. You
just want to make something up.
No, I'm looking in my phone, my brother.
Do they? No, I'm saying, do they have an English name?
El Rancho Grande.
Wait a minute. Taco place in Vegas.
On this strip.
Taco Bell.
Right.
This a Taco Fiesta. El Gordo. Taco stand. Let me see a picture. Hold on. See, man, we messing up the podcast with this, bro.
Man,
no, we're not. This is
it right here, Bone. This it. I got you. Look at it, bro. Hold on. It's called Tacos El Gordo. Tacos El Gordo. I'm gonna send you this picture, bro. This is it. I know this. You see this? You see? You probably damn. Okay. I'm trying to show you this. What you call it? Where I keep saying they don't speak English there. Even the food is written on their big sign. It's not English.
In Spanish. The food is written in Spanish.
I think so. Let me see. Yeah.
Folks, this is what you
taco. It's a taco.
Y'all can't for Shits and Giggles podcast. This is definitely what you get.
See that?
I see it, man, but I'm not buying that everything is in Spanish and you went up there and just said, give me a
It
taco.
says tacos. It say tacos, but it say sorpes, mulas, taco, azteca,
What?
carne asada, fries, quesadilla.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you said when you ordered your food.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't remember really, but now I'm looking at the board.
They was like, hey, Hector,
This is
come
good,
listen to
Bone.
this.
This is really good, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm writing it down now.
The whole crew
What's the
gotta
name
go.
of it?
Taco El Gordo. I'm
How
putting it
many
in the
people
group.
do you know
I'm
will
putting it
go
in the
to a
group.
place called Taco El Gordo? That don't sound like it tastes good.
Well, it don't sound. I'm telling you, it does. Crazy. Here's in the group, bro.
Hey,
You better go, man. You know.
I'm looking at it. Taco El Gordo on Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yep. Yep. It's good. It's really good. I just put it in the group.
hey,
All right, everybody, man. We love
Will said
everybody.
congratulations to you, Bones. I don't
I
know if you saw
appreciate
his
you.
comment. You see his last couple comments to you.
Wow.
Big steppers over here. Appreciate you.
All right, y'all. We love everybody. We'll see y'all Tuesday, and we will see who won this week 3. And I want y'all to put it in
This
the
was
chat
a
real quick.
throwaway
Who do you
week
think
for me.
will
I
win
want to
week
give
3
y'all a
of our
chance.
NFL? Put it in chat. They like, no, they don't feel like doing all that. All right, y'all. Love everybody. We'll see y'all Tuesday. Bone, will you be back Tuesday?
I should be.
Okay.
I come back
All right.
Monday night, so I should be.
All right. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all Tuesday.
All right.
Salute.
Peace and love. Bang, bang.